Hi, I'm James. I'm in charge of filling the holes you leave at the beach.
I got a hole you can fill.
Hey! Hey! So my day-to-day entails shoveling sand into crevasses that, very well could hurt people. And chasing bad people off, they want to break the rules. I shouldn't have fallen for this one, but the tourists did a really good job of heightening the parabola of the towel. You can see tourists. We call them touries. The locals know better, I'm not actually from here, but people have made me feel part of the community. I think they know what I'm doing is really special.
I'm from the Environmental Protection Agency. What James is doing is a federal crime.
Like, everybody hates on the CIA. Everybody's like, they're out to get me. So I kind of view it in the same light. If there's people that don't believe in what I do, that's on them. But I'm making the world a better place, just like the CIA.
I'm sorry, my face will be blurred for this. No, I don't care about public opinion. I care about James's opinion. He sets traps on the beach for his so-called adversaries. He doesn't want to tell you this, but he actually creates a lot more holes than he fills.
You really gotta get in the heads and the mindset to really understand what makes these freaks tick. It's not dangerous for me. I indicate the area that I dig and I fill it up when I'm done, so.
A child once fell in and broke several bones. I don't have the specifics, it's not my department.
Yeah, the EPA kind of gets in the way sometimes. I send them emails outlining my process, but they don't really respond, so.
We once tried to set up a meeting with James. Instead of meeting at the rendezvous point, he had dug over 50 holes, one can only assume, to send a message.
I can get passionate. It's a double-edged shovel.
What James's intentions are still unclear.
It can get very lonely, It's almost like you're Spider-Man, but, of the beach. Like a crab. My twin brother, John, he used to be in charge of knocking over stacked rocks. The ones on the trail, and there's trail signs where it says you shouldn't stack them. One day I was with him on a hike, and there was just this absolutely monolithic tower of rocks. Once you're challenged like that, we knew John was gonna knock it over. That's just the person he was. It was his life, his soul, his calling. It just makes you think that, one day, one of these holes is gonna take me. It took over 3 days to get those rocks off of his body. We ended up not being able to move his body because it became home to a family of endangered tarantulas. And in a terrible twist of irony, they were found inside of his corpse with a stack of rocks, and they had stacked a ring of rock inside of his rib cage to make a nest. He's still there. He's still there. Many people don't understand why we do what we do. It's to protect the critters from falling in. We just had a leatherback turtle. They're endangered. They get up to 9 feet long. One day I found one on the beach. I even tried to smooth out the surface like it was like a curling game. It took 2 hours for that sea turtle to walk from that ocean just to this spot. When it finally got here, instead of laying its eggs, it just started digging a hole. So, no wonder these things are endangered. What did I do with the what? No, there were no eggs. I need to make a call.
Hello? Wrong number about sea turtles. I don't know. It's also not my department. We once tried to arrest James, but subsequently found out that he had dug a network of tunnels in the beach in which he could transport himself. Unfortunately, this is not the worst that he has done.
He told you what? No, I don't defile the holes.
Yes, well, our source was
No.
telling us that you
What is this?
seen
Are you EPA?
James,
Are you
we're
EPA?
a documentary, remember?
Oh, you're a Tory.
No,
You're a
James,
Tory. I knew it.
No, James, calm
Okay, you
down,
better
James.
watch your back, because you're in my territory, Tory.
Follow me. When did he put this here? That way, yeah.
My father was a hole filler. My grandfather was a hole filler. My dad was a hole filler.